I saw a clip on social media that literally made me chuckle. This is Peter Doocy of Fox News confronting the press secretary, Jen Psaki, about the Biden administration's practice of flying illegals, dispersing them through the country by putting them on late night flights. Take a look.
Why is the administration flying thousands of migrants from the border to Florida and New York in the middle of the night?
Well, I'm not sure that it's in the middle of the night, but let me tell you what's happening here.
2:30
It is our
a.m., 4:29 a.m.
She's not sure it's in the middle of the night. It's merely 2:30 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning. These are, by the way, very normal time. Haven't you taken a flight at 2:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock? Now, actually, I have, but only international flights that are taking into account I fly out of India, and of course, the flight leaves at 2:30. That's normal. But domestic flights in the United States do not leave at 2:30 a.m. or 4:29 a.m. Jen Psaki, of course, with her kind of comic straight face, she goes, "We are talking about early flights." Early flights. Now, I want to talk about this, this middle of the night business, because think about it. By and large, things that you're proud of, you don't do in the middle of the night. Notice that most burglaries occur in the middle of the night. Somebody wants to hit up a 7-Eleven, they generally do it in the middle of the night. Have you ever heard the phrase, under the cover of darkness? So the middle of the night is a time of concealment, of lawlessness, of shame. And so you can be sure that the reason that the Biden people are doing this is they know that this is something they don't want the American people to know about. And so, by and large, of course, they can also count on this kind of wall of press coverage to hide it from the American people. Our media have essentially become complicit in the treacheries and crimes of this regime. But fortunately, Fox News is on the case, not just Peter Doocy, but there's some very good reporting also by the New York Post, which talks about the fact that they're looking just at New York, and they're saying plane loads of migrants are landing into small airports in New York. These are flights originating from Texas. They're coming in the middle of the night, and they're landing at Westchester County Airport, so this would be upstate New York. Some of them are landing in White Plains, which is just north of New York City. And we're talking about large numbers of people. I mean, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, just during July and August, 37,805 unaccompanied minors were just, deposited on our side of the border. And so the Biden people are on the case here, but they're doing it under the cover of darkness. These kids are then dispatched all over. They're sent to the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, upstate Newburgh, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Danbury, Connecticut. So this is really a strategy of taking these illegals and spreading them thinly all over the country. They can't have them all in one place because they may then get popular resistance, the pressure on social services and so on. So this is another I talked to yesterday about how inflation is a hidden tax on the American people. So is illegal immigration. Because illegal immigration, and this is a massive flouting of the law, they're doing it in flagrant disregard of the law. They're using the excuse of we have some prosecutorial discretion about how to enforce the law. It's like, it's an insult to the American people, and it's a raid on the wallets of the American people, because all these people cost, well, at least in the case of kids, a lot of money. The Biden administration has to pay all kinds of contracts, not just for companies to fly and disperse them through the country, but then what? To look after them, to provide for them, to educate them, their health care. So we're taking on all of this, and why? Not to the benefit of the country. There's no apparent benefit. In fact, if anything, there's a cost. These are people, not the kids, but adults, who are going to take away jobs that other people could have. And so what's going on here is this is essentially a political maneuver by the Biden people for their own long-term political gain, but they're making you and me and every other American pick up the tab.